Eamonn Holmes puts on loved-up display with girlfriend Katie Alexander days after estranged wife Ruth Langsford called in the lawyers to secure their £3.6 million family home. Eamonn Holmes and his new girlfriend looked smitten as they enjoyed a day out together days after a fresh update in the presenter's divorce saga. The GB News broadcaster, 65, and marriage guidance counselor Katie Alexander, 43, began dating in mid-2024. Despite engagement rumors swirling since December of the same year, the couple only went Instagram official last week after months of low-key holidays and dates. But it seems they're now more than comfortable making their romance public, with the mother of two sharing a series of loved-up snaps of her and Eamonn enjoying a day in the woods. With the presenter perched in his wheelchair, the couple posed for a few rare selfies together which Katie shared on Instagram on Friday. Katie and Eamonn, both sporting sunglasses, looked every bit the happy couple in the snaps as the 43-year-old pecked her boyfriend on the cheek. With his partner gazing lovingly at him, Eamonn seemed as happy as ever in another picture as he smiled for the camera. The smitten display comes just a matter of days after Eamonn's estranged wife Ruth Langsford, 65, called in the lawyers to ensure he will not receive a share of their £3.6 million marital home. The former This Morning presenters left fans stunned last May when news of their split was first reported. With their divorce in the works, Eamonn moved out of their plush 6-bedroom home in Weybridge, Surrey, which they had lived in since 2014, last summer. And The Sun revealed earlier this week that Ruth has been granted a severance of joint tenancy on the property. The publication said that public documents state that if Ruth were to pass away, her share of the house would not go to GB News host Eamonn. Sarah Dwight, of the Law Society, told the outlet, "One of the first things divorce lawyers do is to give their clients the option to sever the joint tenancy, so they can leave their share of the house to whoever they want. This move protects Ruth in that if she were to die, she can leave her wealth to whoever she wants, rather than Eamonn getting everything." Mail Online has contacted representatives for Ruth and Eamonn for comment. After leaving his marital home, Eamonn has since moved into a plush penthouse in Kingston, southwest London, where he lives alone. With the presenter reportedly lonely at his new abode, it was thought that Katie may move down to join Eamonn from her native Yorkshire. However, a source close to Ms. Alexander told the Mail on Sunday, "There's no way she will move in with Eamonn in the near future, or for many years. She has her children to consider. Truth be told, they are a little unsettled at her relationship being played out in the media and she doesn't want to uproot them. They have met Eamonn on several occasions and get on great with him, so things will stay as they are for the time being. Eamonn seems so lonely since splitting with Ruth, so it's not exactly ideal for him." The Irishman's divorce woes have been compounded with his ongoing health issues. Eamonn has been left needing a wheelchair or a walking stick to get around after undergoing surgery on his back in 2022. He sparked concern only last week when he fell off his chair live on air while presenting GB News. Co-host Ellie Costello cried, "Oh my gosh," after Eamonn's tumble, before the prideful presenter could be heard saying, "I'm fine, 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 carry on, carry on, carry on." The show then cut to an extended adverts break, before Eamonn returned to screens telling viewers, "They're very wonky wheels on chairs we've got here, as a matter of fact we don't really like the chairs here. It was a shock for me because I had a fall 2 weeks ago in my bathroom that hospitalized me and that hit me right in the back. And that hit me again right in the back. Really, really sore, really sore." Following the two scares, Eamonn shared a heartbreaking update on his health a couple of days ago. Taking to social media to post an old photo of himself broadcasting, he wrote, "Great picture popped up from 3 years but it's made me sad, I could walk. Got to redouble my efforts." Eamonn Holmes supported by fans after sharing, sad, throwback photo amid health struggles. GB News presenter Eamonn Holmes has received support from friends and colleagues after sharing a throwback picture of himself that made him sad. The former This Morning host has suffered setbacks with his health, undergoing spinal surgery for 3 slipped disc and a double hip replacement. He uses a mobility scooter due to struggles with walking and requires the support of carers. The 65-year-old has been learning to walk again following the back surgery in September 2023. In November of the same year, the broadcaster was forced to take a break from his role after he fractured his shoulder. The injury came not long after he announced that his mother had died. Holmes was recovering from an operation at home when he fell down the stairs, resulting in the shoulder injury. He has now shared a picture of himself from just 3 years ago showing him standing using his own free will. "Great picture popped up from 3 years but it's made me sad, I could walk. Got to redouble my efforts," he added. Holmes's post has since been flooded with messages of support as people wish him luck on his road to recovery. Talk TV host Mike Graham told his fellow presenter, "Godspeed, mate." A fan with similar issues wrote, "I'm your age, Eamonn, awaiting my knee replacement. I was fit and healthy before this annoying arthritis kicked in. I have sympathy for you, I really do, and hope you get over this and get better soon. Keep fighting, Eamonn," added a second person. A third said, "Keep pushing forward, Eamonn. Perseverance always pays off. Wishing you strength, good health, and all the very best ahead." Earlier in May, he was taken to hospital after suffering another fall at his home and also fell off his chair while presenting live on GB News, an incident that left him feeling really sore. Holmes later revealed that the chair gave way, which meant he was lying flat on his back. He added, "As the morning goes on, you feel aches and pains. The worst thing about this, of course, this was at a time when I was hospitalized 2 weeks ago for a very similar fall in the same area, back of the head, my neck, my shoulders. So it all came back, as it were." The host, who admitted his "life's not easy these days," has also been going through a divorce from his wife Ruth Langsford since 2024. The former presenting couple, who were axed from This Morning in 2020, had been together since 1996. Following the divorce announcement, Holmes reflected on his tough year with his health, telling The Sun, "I have been basically disabled for a year and a half or so, and I have to have a carer to do the smallest, simplest things, and it's humiliating and humbling, but thank goodness that carers are available." According to the NHS, a slipped disc can cause numbness, lower back, leg and neck pain and muscle weakness, and can get better with rest and exercise. Eamonn Holmes shares sad health update following recent on-air fall. Eamonn Holmes has shared a heartbreaking update on his health, asking followers to keep him in their thoughts after a recent setback. This comes after the presenter, 65, most recently fell off his chair live on GB News, while he was also taken to hospital earlier in the month, having had a fall at his home. In an Instagram post, shared on May 2, Eamonn posted a photo taken inside an ambulance and thanked the emergency crew who came to his aid after he collapsed on his bathroom floor. Expressing his frustration with his current condition, the Belfast native shared a photo of himself on social media from just 3 years ago, looking healthy and full of energy. "This pic tells me this was 3 years ago in my home city of Belfast," his post began. "I was making a big extravaganza featuring the Ulster Orchestra and film and TV music associated with famous producers. It actually made me very sad looking at it because I could walk then and can't now," he explained. "I pray to God and the new docs that I am seeing that all will change and change soon. Keep you posted and please think of me," he concluded. In 2022, Eamonn underwent spinal surgery to address chronic back pain caused by 3 slipped discs and has been focused on his rehabilitation ever since. However, over the past year, he has been seen using a walking aid and, at times, a wheelchair as his mobility has continued to decline. "We wish him a full recovery in the months ahead and hope to see him back on his feet soon." Eamonn Holmes' lonely 7-word admission as he asks sad question. Eamonn Holmes has been struggling with his health and he made a sad admission about his loneliness as he shared a thought with his followers online. Eamonn Holmes hinted at feelings of loneliness in a new post on Twitter. The presenter has been struggling with his health, and has been open about his physical limitations as he recovers. Just the other day, he had shared an update online with his followers, where he wrote, "Great picture popped up from 3 years but it's made me sad, I could walk. Got to redouble my efforts." Eamonn was flooded with support from his followers, including one who said, "Great picture. I now need a cane and look back at the days when I could walk freely. Can you walk at all, mate, or are you wheelchair bound? Hope you get a wee bit better soon." He then replied that he was in a wheelchair mostly. Another follower then wrote, "I know the feeling, I can still walk a bit but not too far. The joys of our aging bodies," to which he replied, "Too true X." One person then said, "Don't be sad. You are still UXX," and he replied, "Just about. You need to surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you, the person, not for your name, status and finance," one follower penned under his post, with him then writing, "Few people truly care about the sick, Linda, do they?" Eamonn fell live on air the other day when he was presenting GB News. The fall wasn't seen on camera but he could be heard crashing to the floor, with his co-stars clearly concerned as the show went to a break. "Welcome back. Good to see you again. Especially good for me to see you again. I am still alive, yes. And they're very wonky wheels on chairs that we've got here, and matter of fact, we don't really like the chairs full stop, do we? They're a bit slippy and sliddy and I've slipped and slid off mine there, he then said, explaining what happened. Not the first guest to have done so, we've had a few, they have to remain nameless because they're well-known people, but they've hit the floor really badly, quite frightening. And it was a bit of a shock for me because I've had a fall in my bathroom 2 weeks ago, which hospitalized me, and that hit me again right in the back. I'm really sore. Really sore. He then explained that the chair had given way and he ended up on the floor flat on his back. He said, as the morning goes on, you feel aches and pains. The worst thing about this, of course, this was at a time when I was hospitalized 2 weeks ago for a very similar fall in the same area, back of the head, my neck, my shoulders. So it all came back, as it were.